Welcome back to Vibe Audiobook. Today, we're not just scratching the surface, we're taking a deep, illuminating dive into the heart of The Magic Lamp, Goal Setting for People Who Hate Setting Goals by Keith Ellis. If our initial exploration piqued your curiosity, prepare to have your understanding of desire, motivation, and achievement profoundly transformed. We're going to dissect each chapter with even more precision, uncovering the subtle yet powerful principles that make this book a game changer for anyone who has struggled with conventional goal setting. Before we fully immerse ourselves in this transformative journey, please show your support for Vibe Audiobook by hitting that like button, sharing this episode with fellow dreamers and doers, and subscribing to our channel so you never miss out on our in-depth explorations. Your engagement helps us bring more insightful content to you. Now, let's turn up the volume on that inner magic and explore the magic lamp with even greater detail. Chapter 1. The Frustration of Unmet Desires. In this foundational chapter, Keith Ellis doesn't just acknowledge the frustration of unmet desires, he empathetically unpacks it, revealing the psychological underpinnings that lead so many to abandon their dreams. He speaks directly to the reader who has felt that familiar pang of disappointment after failing to stick to a New Year's resolution or a meticulously crafted 5-year plan. Ellis identifies several common culprits behind this widespread frustration. Firstly, the tyranny of the shoulds. Many of us set goals based on external expectations, what society, family, or even our past selves think we should achieve. These goals, lacking genuine internal resonance, feel like obligations rather than inspiring pursuits. They deplete our energy rather than ignite it. Think of the classic example of someone pursuing a prestigious career solely to please their parents rather than following their true passion. The motivation is external, fragile, and ultimately unsustainable. Secondly, he highlights the problem of overwhelm and rigidity. Traditional goal setting often involves breaking down large goals into numerous, often daunting subtasks and deadlines. While this can work for some personality types, for many it creates a sense of being trapped in a bureaucratic process. The sheer volume of steps can feel insurmountable, leading to paralysis by analysis. And if one step is missed or goes awry, the entire elaborate structure can feel like it's crumbling, leading to immediate demotivation. Ellis uses the metaphor of a stiff, unyielding tree branch that snaps in a storm, contrasting it with a flexible reed that bends and survives. Thirdly, there's the issue of negative self-talk and a cycle of failure. When we repeatedly set goals and fail to achieve them, our subconscious mind begins to internalize a narrative of inadequacy. I'm not good at this. I always give up. My dreams are too big for me. This self-reinforcing cycle makes each subsequent attempt at goal setting even harder, eroding self-confidence and increasing resistance. Ellis's profound insight here is that this frustration isn't a character flaw, it's a signal. It's a signal that our approach to desire and achievement is out of alignment with our innate human psychology. He gently posits that our true desires, when approached correctly, possess an inherent, powerful motivational force that doesn't require constant willpower or external prodding. He sets the stage for a new paradigm, promising a way to bypass these common frustrations by understanding and working with our inner landscape rather than against it. He assures us that the feeling of wanting more, that yearning for a better life, is not a burden, but a compass pointing us towards our authentic path. Chapter 2. The Lamp and the Genie, a new metaphor for desire. This chapter is the conceptual cornerstone of Ellis's philosophy, introducing his central metaphor with rich detail. The lamp is not merely a symbol of desire, but a representation of your core being, the authentic self where your deepest values, passions, and unique purpose reside. It's the place untouched by external noise, societal expectations, or past disappointments. It's the seat of your genuine inspiration, often obscured but never extinguished. Rubbing the lamp, then, becomes a metaphor for engaging in practices that help you reconnect with this core. It's not a magical gesture, but a deliberate act of introspection, self-awareness, and emotional connection. This rubbing involves quieting the external chatter, listening to your inner voice, and identifying what truly makes your spirit sing. It's about discernment, distinguishing between a fleeting whim, an obligation, and a profound, life-affirming desire. The genie in Ellis's framework is your subconscious mind, a vast, powerful, and often underestimated part of your mental apparatus. Unlike your conscious mind, which is analytical, logical, and often prone to doubt and fear, your subconscious is non-judgmental, creative, and endlessly resourceful. It tirelessly works in the background, processing information, making connections, and influencing your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors to bring those desires into reality. Ellis explains that the genie doesn't care about how things will happen. It just needs to know what you genuinely want. It doesn't question feasibility. It simply goes to work. This distinction is crucial because it frees us from the common trap of getting bogged down in the how before we've even clarified the what. The genie's power lies in its ability to influence intuition, attract synchronistic events, and unlock hidden resources within you that you didn't even know existed. This chapter is about shifting from a paradigm of forced effort to one of guided manifestation, recognizing that you possess an incredible internal support system ready to assist you. It cultivates an attitude of trust in an inner process, moving away from frantic, externally driven striving.
Chapter 3. Lighting the Lamp. Discovering Your True Desires. This chapter is a practical workshop in self-discovery, designed to help you bypass the conscious mind's filters of practicality and fear and truly tap into the wellspring of authentic desire. Ellis provides specific, actionable techniques that are gentle yet powerful, aiming to make this process enjoyable rather than daunting. One key technique he elaborates on is the unrestricted desire list. Unlike a typical goal list, this exercise encourages you to write down absolutely everything you could possibly want without any censorship. No idea is too big, too small, too silly, or too impossible. He suggests prompts like, if I had unlimited time and resources, what would I do? What experiences would bring me immense joy? What kind of person would I love to be? What impact would I love to make? The goal is to generate a comprehensive, unfiltered inventory of aspirations. This helps loosen the grip of limiting beliefs and allows the true desires to surface. Another powerful method is daydreaming with purpose. This isn't idle fantasy, it's a directed visualization exercise. Ellis guides you to vividly imagine your ideal life in granular detail. What does your perfect morning look like? What kind of work are you doing, and what does it feel like? What are your relationships like? What sensations are you experiencing? He encourages engaging all 5 senses in this visualization. What do you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel? The more vivid and emotionally engaging the mental picture, the more clearly you communicate to your genie. He also stresses the importance of identifying energy leaks. Often, our true desires are obscured by activities, relationships, or commitments that drain our energy and don't align with our values. By identifying and consciously reducing these leaks, we create more space and energy for our genuine desires to emerge and flourish. This might involve setting boundaries, delegating tasks, or letting go of obligations that no longer serve us. The core principle here is to move from what I should do to what I truly want. Ellis helps you distinguish between desires that are truly yours and those that are adopted from external sources.
When you light your lamp with a genuine, heartfelt desire, it carries an intrinsic motivational charge that makes the journey feel less like work and more like an exciting adventure. This chapter empowers you to reclaim your aspirations from the realm of duty and place them firmly in the realm of passion. Chapter 4. The Language of the Genie, Communicating Your Desires Clearly. This chapter bridges the gap between identifying a desire and effectively presenting it to your subconscious. The genie, your subconscious, doesn't process information in the same way your logical conscious mind does. It responds to imagery, emotion, and positive, clear declarations. He introduces the concept of well-formed desire statements. These are not vague hopes, but precise, positive, present-tense declarations that describe your desired outcome as if it has already happened. The crucial elements are positive framing, focus on what you do want, not what you don't want. Instead of, I don't want to be stressed at work, it's, I feel calm and effective in my professional life. Present tense, stated as if it's already true. This signals to your subconscious that it's a current reality to work towards rather than a future possibility. I am confident and articulate when I speak in public, instead of I will be confident. Specific and sensory rich. The more detail and sensory input, the better. What does it feel like? What does it look like? I wake up feeling refreshed and energized every morning, ready to enthusiastically tackle my creative projects, is far more potent than I want to have more energy. Emotionally charged. Connect with the feeling of having achieved the desire. The emotional resonance is the fuel for the genie. When you truly feel the joy, peace, or excitement of your desire being fulfilled, you send a powerful signal. He also stresses the importance of belief. If your conscious mind holds strong limiting beliefs, like I'm not smart enough or that's impossible for me, these create static that can confuse the genie. He suggests gentle ways to challenge these beliefs, not by forceful denial, but by gradually introducing evidence to the contrary, or by simply suspending disbelief for the sake of the exercise. He emphasizes that consistent, emotionally charged desire statements, combined with vivid visualization, can gradually reprogram these limiting beliefs. This chapter underscores that clarity is kindness to your subconscious. By speaking the genie's language, you create an unambiguous blueprint for action, allowing your inner resources to be mobilized effectively. It's about becoming a master communicator with your most powerful internal ally. Chapter 5. Rubbing the Lamp, the Power of Consistent Attention. The magic lamp is not a one-and-done item. It requires consistent yet gentle rubbing to maintain its glow and keep the genie engaged. Ellis elaborates on how to integrate this practice into your daily life without it feeling like a chore. The essence here is intentional engagement rather than forced effort. He suggests a variety of practical, low-resistance ways to maintain consistent attention on your desires. Daily mini-visualizations, taking just a few minutes, perhaps upon waking or before sleep, to vividly imagine your desires fulfilled. This isn't about lengthy meditation, but short, impactful bursts of imagery and feeling. Reviewing your desire statements. Keeping your desire statements somewhere easily accessible, on your phone, a small card, a journal, and reviewing them regularly. This acts as a gentle reminder and reinforces your intentions. Creating a vision board in Ellis's style. Not just a collection of pretty pictures, but a thoughtfully curated visual representation of your desires, imbued with personal meaning and emotional resonance. It serves as a visual prompt for your subconscious. Affirmations with feeling, not just reciting words, but speaking or thinking your desire statements with genuine emotion, feeling the truth of them in your body. Ellis contrasts this consistent attention with obsessive focus. Obsession can lead to anxiety and a feeling of desperation, which actually repels rather than attracts. Instead, he advocates for a relaxed, confident engagement, akin to a gardener tending to their plants, providing nourishment and care, then trusting the natural growth process. This chapter also addresses the common pitfall of losing momentum. When life gets busy or distractions arise, it's easy to forget about our desires. Consistent attention acts as an anchor, gently pulling us back to what truly matters. It's about creating a powerful feedback loop where your focused attention fuels your desire, and your desire, in turn, fuels your motivation to maintain that attention. It transforms the act of remembering your desires into a mental effort, into a natural, almost magnetic pull. Chapter 6, The Genie's Work, Trusting the Process and Recognizing Opportunities. This is where Ellis provides immense relief for those burdened by the need to control every detail. Once your desires are clearly communicated and consistently nurtured, the genie, your subconscious, takes over much of the heavy lifting. This doesn't mean passive waiting, but rather cultivating a profound sense of trust and heightened awareness. Ellis explains that the genie works in myriad ways that often bypass our conscious understanding. Influencing intuition. You might suddenly have a gut feeling to call someone, attend an event, or research a particular topic. These are often the genie's nudges, guiding you towards aligned opportunities. Attracting synchronicity. Seemingly coincidental events, running into the right person, stumbling upon a crucial piece of information, receiving an unexpected offer, are often manifestations of the genie at work, orchestrating circumstances in your favor. Shifting perception. Your subconscious starts filtering information differently. You might suddenly notice resources, possibilities, or solutions that were always there but invisible to your previous mindset. Unlocking creativity. The genie can inspire new ideas, innovative solutions, and novel approaches to challenges you might face. The key skill developed in this chapter is responsible responsiveness. You're not meant to sit back and do nothing. You're meant to be exquisitely aware and ready to act when an opportunity that feels right presents itself. Ellis encourages recording these synchronicities and intuitive hits, as this builds evidence and strengthens your belief in the genie's power. He contrasts this with forcing outcomes. Trying to manipulate every detail, push against resistance, or micromanage the how can actually block the genie's subtle work. It's about letting go of the need for the path to look a certain way and trusting that the most efficient and often most joyful path will reveal itself. This chapter is a masterclass in surrendering control while remaining actively engaged, fostering a dynamic partnership with your inner wisdom. Chapter 7, Taking Inspired Action. When to Move and When to Pause. This chapter clarifies the crucial role of action within the magic lamp framework, distinguishing it sharply from traditional, often grueling, goal-oriented tasks. Ellis emphasizes inspired action, steps that feel light, natural, and genuinely exciting, rather than forced or begrudging. How do you recognize inspired action? Emotional resonance. It sparks a feeling of excitement, curiosity, or a sense of rightness. It feels like a pull, not a push. Low resistance. The action doesn't feel like a huge effort or a battle against yourself. There's an ease to it. Clarity. The next step is often surprisingly clear, almost as if it's been laid out for you. Intuitive guidance. It might arise from a sudden idea, a persistent thought, or a hunch. Ellis cautions against action for action's sake, or taking steps born out of anxiety and fear. I must do something. Such actions are often ineffective, draining, and can lead to burnout. He encourages moments of pause and reflection to discern whether an action is truly inspired or simply a reaction to perceived urgency. He also introduces the concept of tiny steps. Inspired action doesn't always mean grand gestures. Often, it's a series of small, manageable steps that gradually build momentum. sending an email, making a phone call, researching a topic for 15 minutes, trying a new approach. These can all be inspired actions. The cumulative effect of these small, aligned movements is far more powerful than sporadic, forced sprints. This chapter teaches us to trust our inner guidance system as much as our logic. It empowers us to move forward with confidence and joy, knowing that each step is aligned with our deepest desires, rather than feeling like a struggle against an invisible force. It's about becoming a skilled dancer with life, responding gracefully to the music of opportunity and intuition. Chapter 8. Overcoming Obstacles, Relighting the Lamp, and Adjusting Course. Obstacles are an inevitable part of any journey, and for those who hate setting goals, they can often be the point of complete derailment. This chapter provides a compassionate and practical approach to navigating challenges, reframing them not as failures, but as valuable feedback. Ellis encourages a shift in perspective. An obstacle isn't a sign that your desires are impossible. It's a signal to pause, reevaluate, and potentially adjust your course. His primary advice when encountering a setback is to relight your lamp. This means reconnecting with your desire. Is the desire still strong and authentic? Has it evolved? Sometimes an obstacle reveals that what we thought we wanted wasn't actually our deepest desire, or that a slightly different path would serve us better. Re-clarifying your desire statement. Has clarity become muddled? Revisit your desire statement. Make it vivid and emotionally resonant again. Addressing limiting beliefs. Obstacles often trigger old fears or self-doubts. This is an opportunity to consciously acknowledge and gently challenge those limiting beliefs, reminding yourself of your power and the genie's support. He emphasizes flexibility over rigidity. Unlike a strict goal plan where deviations are seen as failures, the magic lamp approach embraces adaptability. If one path is blocked, the genie will often reveal an alternative. This might mean exploring a different strategy, seeking new resources, or even slightly modifying the manifestation of the desire itself while keeping the core desire intact. This chapter also introduces the concept of learning from failed attempts. Instead of shame or self-recrimination, Ellis encourages an attitude of curiosity. What can I learn from this? What insight does this obstacle offer? Every challenge holds a lesson that can refine your approach and strengthen your resolve. It's about becoming a skilled dancer with life, responding gracefully to the music of opportunity and intuition. Chapter 9. Living a Desired Life Beyond the Outcome. The culmination of the magic lamp is not merely the achievement of a specific list of desires, but the cultivation of a life lived in continuous alignment with your authentic self. This chapter shifts the focus from individual manifestations to the overarching quality of your existence. Ellis posits that the process of lighting the lamp, communicating with the genie, and taking inspired action is not a temporary technique, but a way of living. It's a continuous, joyful cycle of discovery, constantly tapping into new desires as you grow and evolve, clarification, articulating these desires with precision and emotion, attention, nurturing them with consistent, relaxed focus, trust, believing in your inner genie's power and ability to guide you, inspired action, responding to intuitive nudges and opportunities. He highlights that fulfillment is found in the journey, not just the destination. The joy isn't just in having your wish granted, but in the profound sense of purpose, flow, and inner peace that comes from living in alignment with your true self. The magic becomes a state of being where life feels less like a struggle and more like a co-creative dance with the universe. This chapter encourages you to embrace an attitude of gratitude and celebration, acknowledging every small manifestation and every step of progress. This positive reinforcement further energizes your lamp and strengthens your connection with the genie. Ultimately, Ellis's message is that you are not just a recipient of wishes, but an active participant in shaping a life that truly reflects your deepest, most authentic desires. It's about empowering you to become the architect of your own joy, purpose, and legacy. And that, my friends, is a much deeper dive into the transformative principles of the magic lamp, Goal Setting for People Who Hate Setting Goals, by Keith Ellis. This profound yet accessible guide offers a liberation from the pressures of conventional goal setting, inviting you to embrace a more intuitive, joyful, and deeply effective path to manifesting your dreams. This book truly is a lamp for the soul, showing you how to illuminate your deepest desires and trust the inner wisdom that guides you. You have within you an incredible power waiting to be unleashed through clarity, consistent attention, and inspired action. Now go forth, rub your lamp, communicate with your genie, and create the extraordinary life you were meant to live. If this in-depth summary has resonated with you, please make sure to hit that like button, share this episode with anyone who could benefit from its wisdom, and subscribe to Vibe Audiobook so you don't miss our next illuminating journey. Your support fuels our mission. Thank you for joining us, and until our next adventure, may your lamp always shine brightly.